Alright folks, a little bit of an update. It's kind of difficult to see, but there's only right here where it's still puffy, kind of swollen and sore. That's as of 9 a.m. here on the 6th of June. This is 4 days after the fact. And my whole body's sore. I feel like crap. But I'm alive. And I've still got my mind. I think. It's always, in the eye of the beholder, objectively. But, so you can see, there's, the progression. This is where it was when I first started doing the, analysis. This is where it regressed to by the time of my last video. And this is where it is now. Here, it has just softened up to the point where you can barely feel it anymore. Like there's nothing there. So that's why I've moved regression up to this area. I feel like crap. Now, I've had a couple of people ask me, hey, do I lift weights or work out? The answer is both yes and no. No, I don't lift weights. But I am constantly working out. So it makes me look skinny. I'm actually extremely muscular. I'm just wanting to point out to you that no, I don't lift weights for a reason. And that is actually an abdominal injury. I'm sure y'all have seen previous videos. But yeah, so this is the newest update. As you can see, that's the freshest ink. Alright. This is infection analysis. For those of you that don't know how to do it, this is how you do infection analysis. You still have to keep an eye on the other symptoms, such as shadowed eyes, swollen lymph nodes, soreness in the body, mental cognitiveness and acuity, palate color, temperature. But as far as the infection itself is concerned, as you can see, it's been regressing quite quickly. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because that could just be an initial infection, and the body pains I'm feeling elsewhere in my body are the other part of the infection, the one that... So there's no guarantees in any of this. But as I said, this is how you're supposed to do according to medical fields. All my medical training, this is how you do an infection analysis. It's basic infection analysis for triage. And this is something you guys might want to know for a future reference. Here's the wound in particular. You can see that that's where the one wound was. Now this infection has gone down into just about the area where the actual bite is, which is pretty good. There's another bite over here and a scratch right here, but there's not so much of any kind of infection there. And here I couldn't be able to tell if I wanted to, because as I said, I'm vascular, but this doesn't have a vein that runs through it that's close to the surface, so I can't see the vein here. I can see the vein here, and that tells me the size of the infection specific and whether or not my body's fighting it. So if anybody ever tells you that, or tries to tell you that yours truly is not mentally competent enough to be able to say these things, I'm going to point out to you. Evidence proof in the pudding. This is the same freaking thing doctors and nurses do in the hospital. Do you want to know how I know? Let's entirely forget for a second that I was a vet tech for a minute. Okay, let's forget that. Let's remember another thing about me, that I am a so-called borderline genius. And there ain't nothing borderline about it, folks. I am a 100% grade A genius. Okay, don't let them try and fool you. I learned all of this stuff by the time I was about like 15, 16 years old. I know more about the medical field than a lot of folks do. And I mean a lot of folks. That's including some doctors and nurses. Because I know some things in the medical field that not every doctor is going to know. Because I've had to specialize in my own medical field because I'm accident prone. Which means that I have to know pretty much all there is to know about trauma. And I also have to know pretty much all there is to know about certain things like virology. And basic anatomy, higher learning anatomy, as far as things like what do the organs do, lymph nodes, your liver, your kidneys, what do they do? Those sort of things, higher function. And what are the symptoms of certain diseases? Because those are diseases which I may and often do come into contact with. And this is after years and years of research, alright? Yeah, I sound horrible, I know I do. You can see my cheeks are all puffy and red. Yeah, high cheekbones, folks. So when you look at my cheeks, you can only really see a little bit of puffiness right here. If my cheeks aren't sucked in, like, yeah, I'm sick. What you don't understand about me is this is actually my physiology. I am physiologically skinny. I've always been that way. It's just natural. I'm so fucking skinny that the doctors look at me and go, "Are you serious, dude? Eat something." I'm like, "Fuck you, asshole. I had a fucking triple baconator before I fucking came here for breakfast. What the fuck are you talking about, eat something?" You don't understand. I'm skinny because I'm just skinny. I'm not skinny, I'm wiry. Anybody knows that reference? God bless you. You motherfuckers are awesome. Oh. But yeah, I'm doing fairly well. Still standing on my own 2 feet. I'm trying to get last night's video put together. I did a little bit of an instrumental for y'all because I figured, hell, you know, might as well. It might be one of those times where I've had the last of my dexterity and I don't know, I can't really grip with my thumb right now. It hurts. Like up in the knuckle area, but I think that's more to do with rheumatoid arthritis. Happens when your immune system starts attacking your bones. Why would my immune system attack my bones? Right there, motherfucker. Stop asking dumb questions. Anyways, we're about at 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep this in short and sweet so it'll upload right and quick. But I want to let you know I'm doing a little bit better, but sort of the same. Not dead yet, right? I'm still above ground. So, fuck that shit straight on till morning, right? Y'all take it easy. Y'all taters have a good day, and let me know how your day went. It helps. It makes my day a little bit better to see folks out there being good to each other, being righteous, and standing for each other. You know, it's important to the way that our country works. Together we are united, and a nation united can never be divided. Isn't that something that some other group went and said, and they kind of bastardized it, but it's a reality. It's something that's truth, and you know what? Truth and reason, those are things that you cannot deny, okay? Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter why. It's something that you cannot deny. Because to do so means that you are living in a fantasy. So, logic, truth, and reason. These three things guide, and they are the basis of all my principles. Logic, truth, and reason. I'm not worried about somebody's butthurtedness because I know that my morals stand on foundations of stone. They were not built on foundations of sand. And that's an important thing that I don't even know if my dad knew that. I know it. Morals on foundations of stone. And that was something that Christ was speaking about. The parable of the house built on sands, on a foundation of sand. One does not build their house upon a foundation of sand, for when the rains come, their home will be washed away. But rather the man who builds upon a foundation of stone, therefore his home still stands when the rains have gone. Praise be to the Lord. And those are the words of Yahushua according to, I believe it's the book of John. Could be wrong. It might be the book of Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector. He was a very educated man, which is why his gospel is larger. Now, I want you to remember, folks, that every single one of those gospels was supposedly, according to the church, rewritten in 300 AD. However, I don't even think that they were written before 300 AD, and here's why I don't think that. Before 300 AD, there were a group of folks known as Gnostic Christians. They also called themselves Messianic Jews. These people, this is an old world reality. This is not something that I can speak on from the Native American side, because Native Americans we pass tradition through oral exchange, not through written exchange. So this is all written down in something, all right? But there was a sect known as the Gnostic Christians, and what they were doing is that, well, at least what their writings teach, is that they were writing down everything that they could remember from the times of Christ, everything and that's between 33 and 300 AD. All right, when this particular Christian sect was around, and because there's actual written evidence that is tying that in. That's why people are able to say, okay, well, no, then these are the originals here. Now, Matthew was one of those original apostles, supposedly. At the same time, Matthew was the name of a man who led part of one of those particular sects of Gnostic Christians. All it was just a cult. It's the largest cult following in the world. Just gotta say, you look at the history, it actually says so. And that's why I've got a wider thought of what God really is. It can't just be, oh, it's in the Bible. Okay, well, no, it's more than the Bible. It's more than the lost scriptures. It's more than any of that. It's a deeper thought than all of that. And I'm going to leave you with that, alright? So, y'all take care. Ani sabah shalom. Amen, amen.